Mantras of our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, the divine gives itself to those who give themselves without reserve and in all their parts to the divine. For them, the calm, the light, the power, the bliss, the freedom, the whiteness, the heights of knowledge, the seas of Ananda. With our love and blessing, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Words of our Lord Sri Aurobindo, taken from the collective works of our Lord Sri Aurobindo, Volume 8, page 178, topic, do not be impatient, do not despair, do not lose faith. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, in my childhood, before the full development of my faculties, I became conscious of a strong impulse in me. I did not realize what it was then, but it grew stronger and stronger as I gained in years till all the weaknesses of my childhood, fear, selfishness, etc., vanish from my mind. From the day of my return to the mother country, the impulse is surging forth in great force, and my set purpose and devotion are becoming more confirmed with the trials and oppressions to which I am subjected. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, when some divine power, by the grace of God, manifests itself in a human being, when some divine power, by the grace of God, manifests itself in a human being, any efforts to develop it give a new force to the national life. You will have to sacrifice yourself at the feet of your mother. You should, therefore, devote yourself with firm faith and whole heart to her service. Service of our motherland is our highest duty at this moment. This must be our duty in this iron age. It is now the time for us to conserve our energy. Do not be impatient, do not despair, do not lose faith. The present fatigue and inactivity are natural. You will find instances of them in the history of every nation. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, everyone must store up energy. Be prepared with fresh hope and vigor for the worship of the Mother. Divine power has infused this nation with a new power. This power will exalt the nation one day. This power will exalt the nation one day. These words were delivered by Sri Aurobindo at Sri Aurobindo's residence in Calcutta on 15th August 1909, his 37th birthday. Next topic, golden peace. This is taken from the Collective Works of Our Divine Mother, Volume 15, page 403. Our Divine Mother says, I took my seat. It was almost time, perhaps half a minute before, and all of a sudden, without preparation, like that, like a hammer blow, a descent so powerful, completely immobile, of something. It was as though our Lord Sri Aurobindo spoke to me at the same time, because the definition came at the same time as the experience. It was a vision that was not a vision, it was wholly concrete. And the word was golden peace, but so strong, and then it did not move. During the whole half hour, it did not move. It is something new that I had never felt before. I cannot express or say it was perceived, but not like an objective vision. And spontaneously, other persons told me that as soon as they were seated for a meditation, a gesture of massive descent, something came down with a tremendous power, completely immobile, and a feeling of peace that they had never felt in their life. Golden peace. And it is true, says our Divine Mother. It is true. It gave the impression of the golden supramental light.
Is her actions called only to tract her veiled confessions and keep him close to her breast in her word cloak, lest from her arms he turns to his formless peace. Is her heart's business in her clinging care.
Our Divine Mother says, but that was a peace. Concrete, not the negation of disorder and activity, no. Concrete peace. I did not want to stop. The time was over. Still, I remained 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When I stopped, it was gone. And it has made a great difference for the body. The body itself, such a difference that when it had gone, I felt quite uneasy. I needed half a minute to regain my equilibrium. It came and it went away. It came for the meditation and then it went away. For more than half an hour, 35 minutes. And in the evening, says our Divine Mother, and in the evening at the balcony, there was a crowd. I believe it was the biggest crowd that we have ever had. It spread out into all the streets. As far as I could see, the streets were full of people. Then I came out, and as I came out, there arose from this crowd like something between an imploring, a prayer, and a protest about the condition of the world is in, particularly this country. And that rose up in waves. I looked at it, and then it was extremely incessant. I said to myself, it is not my day, it is Sri Aurobindo's day. I went like this, and our Divine Mother gives a gesture of withdrawal, and I put Sri Aurobindo in front. And when he was put in front, standing in front, he simply said, the Lord knows best what He is doing, and our Divine Mother smiles. Immediately, I began to smile. I did not laugh, but I began to smile, says our Divine Mother, and there came the same peace as in the morning. There you are. The Lord knows best what He is doing with His most perfect sense of humor, and immediately everything becomes calm, says our Divine Mother. Next topic, a symbol of descent of the supramental truth. These are taken from the Evening Talks with our Lord Sri Aurobindo, page 297-98, dated 15th August 1923. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, formerly, we used to celebrate the event of my physical birth in a vital manner. There was the seed of the inner truth in it, but the manifestation was vital. Now, I wish that if the day is observed, it should be in keeping with the truth it symbolizes.
A voice of unborn things whispers to the ear. 'Tis their eyes visited by some high sunlight. Aspiration shows the image of a crown.
Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says, you all know of the supramental truth that has to descend into our life. This day, that truth is symbolized, but there are several obstacles in the way of its coming down. There is the mind and the mental ideas that grasp at the truth coming from above and try to utilize the truth for their own aims. There is, for instance, the vital or the life force which seizes upon the higher force and wants to throw itself out into impure actions. The truth that is coming down is not mental, it is supramental. In order that it is coming down is not mental, in order that it may be able to work properly, all the lower instruments must be supramentalized. The lower forces want to utilize this higher truth for the satisfaction of their ordinary movements. Lord Aurobindo says, whenever a man enjoys the pleasure of life or spends his life in pursuit of his selfish ends, it is, really speaking, these universal forces that take enjoyment through and in him. In order that this higher truth may be able to work in its purity, one has to open oneself to the greater power above, to give oneself up to it, and remove all that stands in the way of the higher truth. The capacity to surrender consists in these three things. Lord Aurobindo says, I have been working all these years to meet the obstacles and remove them, and prepare and clear the path so that the task may not be very difficult for you. As for my helping you in that task, it all depends upon your capacity to receive the help. I can give any amount that you can take. Real spiritual surrender is, of course, quite another matter. But if any of you have experienced even a degree of it, even some faint reflection, then the purpose of the 15th will have been served, says our Lord. Sure, the Lord.
All powers of life towards their Godhead tend, mastering virtue statuesques the bold, or a Titan passion goes to proud unrest. At wisdom's altar they are kings and priests, or their life is sacrificed to an idol power.
Our Divine Mother says in the Collective Works of Our Divine Mother, Volume 14, page 226, our Divine Mother says, the grace and protection are always with you. When in any inner or outer difficulty or trouble, do not allow it to oppress you. Take refuge with the divine force and the divine force only that protects. If you do that always with faith and sincerity, you will find something opening in you. You will find something opening in you which will always remain calm and peaceful in spite of all superficial disturbances, says our Divine Mother. समीपे च पुरश्च पश्चात् विलोकयामूर्ध्वं अधश्च तिर्यक् हे कृष्ण ते रूपमनन्तरूप अहो निमग्नस्तव रूपसिन्धौ पश्यामि नान्तं न च मध्यमादिम् अवाक च निष्पन्दतरो विमूढः कुत्रास्मि कोऽस्मीति न वेदिमि देव नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते हरे अचिन्त्यशक्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते अखिलाश्चार्यसिन्धो महादेव शम्भो नमस्ते नमस्ते भूतेषु सर्वेषु चराचरेषु
A sphinx whose eyes look up to hidden sun.
भूतेषु सर्वेषु चराचरेषु दूरे समीपे च पुरश्च पश्चात् विलोकयामूर्ध्वं अधश्च तिर्यक् हे कृष्ण ते रूपमनन्तरूप अहो निमग्नस्तव रूपसिन्धौ पश्यामि नान्तं न च मध्यमादिम् अवाक च निष्पन्दतरो विमूढः कुत्रास्मि कोऽस्मीति न वेदिमि देव नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते हरे अचिन्त्यशक्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते अखिलाश्चार्यसिन्धो महादेव शम्भो